All right, Gary Samler, you're running for council again. This is going to be your second kick at the can.
Yes, it is. I filed my nomination papers this morning, just a little after 10 o'clock. And most of my friends in that were asking me to put my name in, and some were saying, don't put your name in. And because they figured that I lost in the last election, but I feel I'm a winner because I wasn't part of the most corrupt, horrible, lame duck, irresponsible council that we had for the last 4 years.
So if I'm understanding, you don't have like a vote of support for Mayor Kilger and the current council and management?
Not currently for what they've done. They've raised taxes every year. They've poisoned their image by not supporting the whistleblowers. They've paid for pay raises, and they've been very irresponsible in our spending, and there's been issues like the Beaver Gate, Fitzy Gate, and all these other gates. And it's been a very disappointing year for Cornwall, and I would like to see them start to move forward, be progressive, and fix the problems that this council has made.
Now, in your first campaign, you stood for anti-poverty, a lot of social issues. Is that basically the campaign again this year?
No, this time I will be focusing on social issues, the environment, and finance. Since 2010, the last election, they all came out and they promised that they would work on housing, helping seniors, and working for social justice. Since 2010, this council and Cornwall has done absolutely nothing for social justice or social issues. There's been nothing to help seniors, nothing to help poverty issues. There's absolutely no progress in social issues in Cornwall since 2010.
Gary, do poor people vote?
From the last election, they
vote?
didn't.
Yeah.
And that's why my voting was so low, because I mainly worked with the poorer people in housing, and people that were going to the Gappy, and homeless people, getting them to try and come out and change things. They didn't vote, and we ended up with the same council, and then we ended up with the results we did get.
So in your opinion, what's the biggest challenge with getting the impoverished to vote, and those that probably want change the most?
Just making them aware of what's happened and what will happen again if they don't vote. It's so important that we get the vote out to make changes, because if we don't change, we're going to get up with taxes going up every year, more corruption, more penguins being killed or whatever being killed, and they won't be handling the issues that Cornwall needs. We need to spend our money more wisely, and there are things like too many councillors we have right now. Mm-hmm. There are other issues more important that Cornwall should be looking at, is housing, keeping working that the seniors are living, they're able to afford to stay in their own houses. Right now they can't afford to stay in their own houses if the taxes are going up as high as Mr. Kilger wants them to go.
Yeah, they're talking about a 1% tax increase this year after the last tax increase of last year and the year before that.
And that's on top of what they've already imposed as a tax increase.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. Everyone's going to be moving out of Cornwall, and they're going to wonder why. And
no, I think that's just city management and hotel owners that move out of Cornwall to avoid the taxes in Cornwall.
Well, I think the poor people will be moving out because they can't afford to stay in their houses also. We'll need 2 Agape centers because the people won't be able to afford to eat because the prices here are going to be so high.
So a little bit of your background, you're former military, and right now you're working as a security guard?
Yes, I spent over 22 years in the military, in the Army and Navy. I'm a vice president of the local peer-to-peer support group, which helps veterans with PTSD, and we advocate to the government to make sure that our veterans are looked after and taken care of.
All right. Well, good luck with the campaign. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about you over the next...
Thanks, Jamie. This campaign, I know I promise to be more positive, because right now we've had so many years of negative over the last 7 years with these people. Let's move forward, fix the problem, and get Cornwall to be the city that we all want it to be and it should be. Thank you very much, Jamie.